Good morning. Welcome back to the French Beth, what should we call this? We should call this the diaries.
The diaries.
The diaries of the French NP Chronicles. I wanted to jump on because I'd like to answer a couple of questions that I've been getting over and over again, which makes me think this might be a question that many people have. So I wrote all the questions down that I get asked the most, and I'm going to review them all with you now. One of the biggest questions I get asked is, are you accepting new patients? Short answer, yes, of course. From more than one patient, I've had people say, oh, my friend wants to see you, but I know that you're not accepting new patients. I don't know where the messaging came from, but nope, we are accepting new patients. I also am accepting new patients. When we brought Megan in, who's an incredible injector, it's really so that we can have more availability for the inquiries. And the philosophy here at this practice is that when you get one of us, you get all of us. So no matter who you work with, you're really getting all of us. We all formulate your plans together, come up with your treatment plans, send them to you, make sure that you know what we're thinking about. So the answer is yes, of course, you should reach out. If you feel like you've fallen off the bandwagon with us, life happened, you got really busy, you had more children, or we moved locations and you're like, oh, she might not even really be wanting to see me. No. Our relationship with you is lifelong. We have the total honor of being able to see our patients, get married. We're with you through that. We've seen a lot of our patients, even get divorced. This is a lifelong journey together. We've watched you have children. We've watched you go through diagnoses that were unexpected. And no matter what, even if it's been a little bit since we've seen you, this is always going to be home to you. I really feel like I want you to know that. I don't pay any attention to the noise outside. I'm not a gossiper. I don't like any of that stuff. You'll never hear me gossip about other practices. And I'm really somebody who feels like we can all collaborate together and that there's more than enough for everybody. There was a patient who came in last week and said, Sandy, you got so busy and I just felt like maybe, you wouldn't have room for me anymore. And so she went to another practice and had Botox there. And she came back sort of tail between the legs and said, I just feel so bad. I feel like I cheated on you and I didn't have as great of an experience there. Don't worry. It's okay. We are never upset about that. In fact, sometimes in a weird way, it kind of solidifies our relationship, because if you've only ever had me, right, you don't know what it's like anywhere else. And so you don't know if there's another practice that might be better for you, right? Or if I really am your soulmate of graceful aging injections. And so when my patient came in and said, Sandy, I tried somebody else, I feel, don't be upset. I'm never upset. I'm never upset. It's all about you. It's about the patient. It's not about me. There's no ego. There's no pride here. If there is somebody who can give you the results that you love and that you feel like yourself with, I will only ever support you. In fact, I'd love to learn what they're doing to give you those results so that I can learn how to be better. Most of the time what happens is somebody will go somewhere else and go, oh my gosh, it's almost like breaking up and getting back together. Like, I didn't know what I had, right?
Yeah, it's honestly that.
Yeah. But when they come back in, we're like, hi, it's so great to see you. And then you tell us that story, and it's like, it's not only reassuring to us that, okay, we are providing the right care, we're giving you the care that you deserve, but also, it's nice to know that you experience something else and that you still feel like we're the right people for you. So don't ever feel guilty, bad about any decisions that you make in your life, even if they are a mistake that you look back on. It's okay. We are still, again, it's a journey and it's lifelong. And as long as you are feeling like you are being well taken care of, wherever that is, we are in full support. I have patients who spend a lot of time in another like they're snowbirds. So during the winter, they're somewhere else. I will actually help them find a place, whatever state they're in, to find an injector to keep up with their Botox while they're not here. Again, I'm there. That's totally fine. There are great injectors everywhere. And the only thing I don't love is if somebody gets like facial balancing or fillers other places. That's where I'm like, just wait for me. Just wait till you come back, because I take so much pride in that canvas. But Botox, facials, I'll help you find. If you are coming to see me from out of state, I will physically help you find somebody near you to get your maintenance, your skin maintenance, your Botox, that kind of stuff wherever you are. Again, not a big deal to me, at least. For any patients that are coming in to be seen, whether you're new, whether you're existing, one of the best ways that you can get the most out of your time here is by filling out your consents before you come in. The consents there's a bajillion of them, from topical numbing to all the injectables to the lasers. So there's quite a few. Admittedly, we use an electronic medical record system, but you got to go through each consent. And so one of the things I can't encourage you enough is to, when you set up your account with us, fill out all those consents beforehand. Even if you're not planning on doing them, of course you don't have to do that, but the more that you do beforehand, the more time that we get together, that we get to spend together, you and me, or you and Lizzie, or you and Megan, or you and Gina, Dr. Zarella, filling out that stuff beforehand really, if you think about the 15 or 20 minutes that you spend in the reception area doing that, you could be spending that with us. So try and do that before you come in. Now, for new patients who are thinking about coming in, or teetering on that, oh, I don't know if I can, whatever, all the thoughts that go through that I've heard before. What we do is for new patients that are coming in, we ask you to send a bunch of photos facing a window. So we want you to face a bright window and give us 3 different angles. From there, what we do as a team, I create for you a pre-evaluation where I am sending you what my dream plan would be for you. I'm including your investments, what it will cost. I'm even including how often will we have to do things, but I'm giving you really a dream plan based off of my expertise in this area, which is the whole reason why you're coming to see me. It's the whole reason why anybody's going to a medical spa, is to find out their expertise on how to age gracefully based off of your goals and your concerns, right? Not my goals, not my concerns, yours. It's all about you. Now, we do this so that you can have an idea not only of what a ballpark investment would be for us for that first year, but also so that you can really sit and marinate and think about and ask questions about any specific questions that you have within my description. So I write you this long letter, you send me your photos, and I sit there and I zoom in and I zoom out and I zoom in and I zoom out, and I think about you endlessly. Truly, it takes much more time than you would imagine. And if I'm not sure if that's what I want my treatment plan to be, I'll write out an initial treatment plan, I'll wait, I'll sleep on it, I'll circle back the next day, I'll look at it again. But again, I really try to approach it as if I were giving this advice to my family members. This is the best plan for you, including surgical recommendations, non-surgical recommendations, things I can do, things I can't do. I'm really here to guide you with the knowledge and the education that I have to give you the best results based off of our goals that we set together. Now, once you receive this pre-evaluation, if you have further questions, or if you just feel like you really want to meet us in person before making a decision, you absolutely can. We can set up a virtual consultation where you and I will sit and meet and talk about what I've written out for you. You can also come in, make sure this is your space, make sure these are your people, make sure the people in the waiting room look okay. You can do your reconnaissance if you'd like. And that's completely fine. The reason why we do this pre-evaluation is, again, so that you have an idea of where you fall within here. And then we get to decide together where we start. Do you have to do the full facial balancing plan? No, of course not. We can start with certain pieces and build up. The main priority, I guess, what separates this practice from maybe what you're traditionally used to, is that we do treat you globally. So whether we do the temples this year or next year, at some point we're going to have to do temples, and you will just thank us later. Trust me, this is something that it will all come together in the end and create this beautiful natural looking result. But that is how the process of starting up with us goes. You send us photos, we send you a pre-evaluation so that you can sort of let that marinate. If this is something that feels right to you, ask your follow-up questions, meet with us if you'd like, or for a lot of people, they've heard of us, they know our reputation, and they will just say, sounds great, book it, right? Either way, there's not a one size fits all. It's very customized. Okay, here is another question. I was gardening yesterday, shocker, I know. And I was gardening with my son who just broke his arm, the poor thing. And he says to me, Mom, why don't you ever do a live stream of your work? And I said, what is a live stream? So I am putting out there, would any other injectors or patients or whoever be interested in me picking a date to do a live stream where you will be live in the room with Beth and I as we do a treatment or an appointment with a patient, and you can kind of see how it goes. You can watch me do some facial balancing. I started thinking about this advice from my 9-year-old, and I thought, wow, this is great advice, especially because the online academy, so you can, if you're an injector out there, you can see how I work through speaking with a patient, working on a patient, what we do during the appointment to keep our patients comfortable, and then sort of decide if the online academy would be something that you'd learn more from, right? So these were, if a live stream is something that sounds interesting, I will learn how to do it because I don't know how to do that. And we can pick a date. I'm just in my mind convinced that a live stream would be my mom, my dad, and probably Beth's mom attending. But if there would be more than 3 people, we are happy to host.